The following special message by Mayor Ed Koch was taped a few days ago in his office with Beth Gilinski of the Jewish Action Alliance, which is organizing this Sunday's Break the Silence rally in New York City.
I believe we are seeing a dramatic change in the relationship between the United States and the State of Israel that adversely affects the State of Israel, and that it is being orchestrated by President Barack Obama. He has directed his Secretary of State, Hillary Clinton, and the Vice President, Joe Biden, who heretofore had been very supportive of Israel, to make statements that are absolutely outrageous and hostile and seek to undermine the legitimacy of the State of Israel, in my opinion. They would say no, but I believe what I'm telling you is more accurate and closer to the truth. And they're doing it, I'm sure, reluctantly, but they are members of the president's cabinet, and they're carrying out his orders. The same with his two major staff people, Rahm Emanuel and David Axelrod, who defend the president as they should, or leave his staff if they won't. And what they do is say, no, everything is hotsy-totsy, kissy-huggy. It is not. The president, when he invited the Prime Minister of Israel, Netanyahu, to the White House, was extremely rude to him. Treated him as though he were a third world tyrant, and instead of one of allegedly the United States' closest allies. He broke off the meeting, went upstairs and had dinner with his family, which he's entitled to do, but I would think simple courtesy would require that you invite Bibi Netanyahu to join you. More than that, the president didn't allow photographs. There was no hearty handshake. It was done in a most obnoxious way. And I am insulted on behalf of the Prime Minister of Israel. I'm an American citizen. I love America. I'm never going to live in Israel. I visited 6 or 7 times. But I have a right to stand up for the Jews living in Israel. I know that in the period preceding World War II, there was no country that would take the Jews that Adolf Hitler said he would release if there was a country that would take them. And I remember even our own wonderful United States and FDR, who declined to allow the 900 or so Jews who were escaping from Hitler, and on the ship SS St. Louis refused passage to Cuba, and 90 miles off Florida sought the grace of FDR to allow them to land in the United States and not be shipped back to Europe, and FDR declined. And half of those Jews ended up in concentration camps and ultimately died. Some, fortunately, were able to secure a sanctuary in Great Britain. Now, what concerns me more than everything I've just told you is the silence. The silence is deafening. Where are the Jewish Democrats, and there's only one Jewish Republican in the House of Representatives? Where are they on this issue? Do you see them getting up every day and denouncing what the president did? No. If he did anything like that to issues concerning civil rights, you think they'd be standing up and denouncing? any president that took such an action? You bet they would, and they should. Don't you think they should be doing the same if they claim they're supporters of the state of Israel? As I'm sure they are, but they don't want to take on the president. And I'm not now talking only about Jewish members of Congress. I'm talking about the Christian members of Congress who normally stand up. There are some who do. But it is incredible that they're not doing it every day. And then, in order to, I think, cover their butt, as we used to say, they just sent a letter. And I think it was 333 members of Congress and something like 2/3 of the Senate. I read the letter. It's a nothing letter. Nothing. They think that gets them off the hook, and it isn't even addressed to the president. It's sent to Hillary Clinton, who's doing what the president wants it to do. They didn't have the nerve to send it to the president, which is where it should have been directed. Now, I'm not making these things up. The New York Times this week said, in effect, directly, that the president is now engaged in changing the policy of the United States to make it more acceptable to the Arabs. He won't say that. I remember the March on Washington when Martin Luther King spoke to the crowd on the Mall. Why shouldn't there be a similar march in support of the single Jewish nation in the whole world and the only democratic country in the Mideast and the only ally that the United States can count on totally? And now they're going to try desperately to blame all the problems between Iran and Iraq and Afghanistan, and that Israel is responsible. Muslims are killing Muslims by the hundreds of thousands. Everybody knows that. But for me, the most important commentary of any Jewish sage is one that goes back several thousand years to Rabbi Hillel. Remember what he said. He said, "If I am not for me, who will be? If not now, when? But if I'm only for myself, what am I?" Well, we know that Jews reach out to every other group to support them when their rights are being violated. Isn't it time that we speak up for ourselves as well? Thank you.
Let's take the lead of Mayor Koch. This Sunday, join us for an historic Break the Silence rally and stand against the anti-Israel policies of the Obama administration. Be there this Sunday, rain or shine.